Well, well, well. Look who survived. Congratulations. Not in the clap your hands, hooray kind of way. No, no, no. I mean congratulations in the blood on the hands. Mind barely holding together. Heartbeat slowed down from battle kind of way. You didn't just make it out. You crawled out from something most people wouldn't have made it a week in. And now, that monster of a chapter, the one that tried to hijack your soul, it's done, it's dead, and it can't lay a finger on you ever again. They never saw how deep it got. They watched from the surface, didn't they? Throwing opinions over your drowning body like life buoys, but made of concrete. Look who survived. They didn't know you were suffocating behind smiles, not in the holding it together with duct tape and prayer. Every day you woke up inside a storm. I mean, congratulations in the blood on the hand. Pain wasn't just holding together. It was reality from battle. It was routine. You smiled in rooms where your insides were shredding like paper in a furnace. And now you laughed through pressure that would have pulverized their bones. The one that tried to hijack your soul. It's done. And while they talked about just getting over a finger on you, you were out here negotiating with the edge of the edge. Saw how deep thinking it got. Maybe today I just disappeared quietly, throwing opinions over your drowning body like you didn't life disappear. You didn't break. Concrete. You rebuilt. You revived. And you walked out of the fire with the flames behind you, not on you. Every day now look at you, breathing, smirking, unreachable. Pain wasn't. You're no longer reacting. You're calculating. That was pain. It was trying to drag you into madness, but you used it as fuel to build something untouchable. They thought you were gone. Pressure. Hell, maybe even you thought you were into sand. But look at this twisted little miracle. You made it out with a sharper tongue, a colder eye, and a soul 10 times heavier. Think you're not soft. Maybe today you're not nice quietly. You're not accessible anymore. You didn't. You're archived. You're encrypted. You didn't. You're sacred. You because the person that chapter. And you walked out of the fire with the flame they had behind you, not on you. Now look at you, that moment, breathing, that smirking, that suffocating, soul-strangling, nerve-burning experience. You're calculating. That not in theory, not in metaphor. It was trying to drag you into madness, but you used it as fuel to build something untouchable. It's a sealed vault behind you now. And here's the plot twist. It didn't break you. But look, it introduced you to your final form. You made it out just walk out. You crushed your captors on the way. You weren't just released. You escaped with evidence, with scars, with knowledge. You're not accessible anymore. You're the kind of quiet that terrifies people. You're sacred. The kind of calm that screams, you don't want to see me angry. You learned to weaponize your wounds. You turned every breakdown into a blueprint that season. They thought the old version of you was gone. Burning experience. Good. It's over. Because that version had limits. Not in metaphor. This one, in blood, has none. In time. You know what's the most poetic part? It's a sealed vault behind you now. The very thing that used to own your thoughts. That lived rent-free in your chest. It introduced you to your dictated your mood. You didn't just sleep, your hunger. You crushed your captors on the way. You weren't just released. Out you escaped. You don't flinch the same way. You don't hope the same way. And now you don't need anyone to understand anymore. That terrifies. You understand you, the kind of calm, and that's the most dangerous upgrade you don't want to ever downloaded. You learn to wonder why your eyes are different now. You turned every breakdown while you talk slower, smile less. They thought the old version smarter was gone. It's not trauma. Good. It's post-trauma precision. Had limits. It's you knowing exactly what the storm felt like. And vow it's the most poetic to go back. It can't touch you. This wasn't just an ending. This was a surgery of the soul without anesthesia that dictated you both the patient, your sleep, and your surgeon. You carved out the infection, stitched yourself up with rage, resilience, the same way, revenge. You don't hope, and now the same way. You've got a new pulse, need anyone to understand, a new war cry, anymore. A new code. You understand, and the ones who doubted you, and that's the ones who whispered, they'll never come back from this. People wonder why your eyes are different now. How the hell did they survive that? Smile less. What version of them is this now? It's why do I feel like they see through me now? Trauma, precision. Because they're right. It's you knowing exactly what the storm. You see through fake apologies. You detect silent envy. You decode every gaslight before it even flickers. This was a surgery. You're not paranoid without your prosthesia. You were never supposed to make it here, and that's why you're dangerous now. Stitched yourself up. Let's tell the ugly truth. They won't say out loud. Revenge. They never thought you'd crawl out of that. You've got a new. In fact, some of them were banking on it, swallowing you whole. And the ones who doubted you, silent. The ones who whispered, they'll never come back. They sent prayers with smirks. They're whispering a new thing now, just to see how broken the hell do they survive that. They wanted to witness the unraveling now. They didn't count on witnessing the revenant. They were preparing eulogies. You were preparing strategy. They thought you'd stay shattered. You became sharp. You used the shards of what cracked to build weapons. You're not paranoid. And now you're so calculated. You make silence feel like a chessboard. And that's why you stopped bleeding for them. Now you make them sweat. Let's tell without lifting a finger. Won't say out loud. You don't even need to explain anymore. In fact, you don't owe a damn soul your story. You don't owe them context silently. Because pain taught you. They send the highest level of self-respect is non-explanation. To see how you outgrew the need to be understood. You muted your cry, and in doing so, they didn't count. You made your comeback the loudest thing in the room. You're not broken, you're encrypted.